Hello, warriors. Welcome to Keon Plays Samurai Love Battle Party. Let's continue on. Act 2. I hope it's the ending of it because, gosh damn, it keeps on continuing. Jesus Christ. It's like it doesn't want to end. I want it to end, but it's not ending. Not only do you dare to talk during my lecture, but when I am speaking about Hideyoshi, someone's feeling brave. This isn't going to end well. Professor Ishida phantasm in the church of Toyotomi Hideyoshi is well documented. I mean, he's just the top historian in the world. Not only that, but his classes on the subject are notorious for being a living hell of whatever the fuck that is, that he delight in torturing us with. I assume you both will get perfect marks on your terms papers if you feel that listening to my lecture is no longer a requirement. After Professor Ishida verbally decimates us, he gives us both the fear-inducing smile I've ever seen in my life. I'm so sorry. In the cafeteria that afternoon, Shima finds me to apologize, practically falling over himself. You know, Shima, he's probably Saku's descendant. I didn't think he forced you to do one too, Kion. Don't even worry about it. All we have to do is write a paper for him, right? And you and I both know he could have done much worse. But that course isn't even supposed to have a term paper. You know that, right? I don't even know what to write it on. This is gonna suck so hard. Just make sure he knows it has something to do with Toyotomi Hideyoshi, and he's bound to love it, right? Yeah, but shit, I didn't read what the fuck they said. That's not even the point. I mean, I only go to lectures because you... No, you know what? It's cool. Okay? Yeah, forget that. I'm starving. I take out what I brought in the student union before I got here. Want one? Thanks. Shima takes a manju of his paper bag and starts to eat. That is until... Oh? God. Okay, Sakun. Shima chokes on his manju when he sees Professor Ishida looming over us. However, despite Shima's noises of distress, Professor Ishida keeps his eyes on the manju sitting on the table. That's by Mitsunari. Would you like one, Professor? I would. His reply comes surprisingly quickly, his hand already reaching over to take one for himself, even before he sits. Shima stares at me wide-eyed when he comes back from going to fill up his water bottle. You really like manjus, huh? That's my Ishida. That's my Mitsunari. My baby. My babe. My bee. Shit, this is gonna take forever. It's like it does not want to end. Jesus Christ, Yeah. Whoa, I never noticed how hot he is. Though that could have something to do with that I've never seen before. The music is distracting me. Oh my gosh, the music. Good gosh, I love it. Anyways, I've never seen Professor Ishida look so mellow before. Still, I never thought he'd be the type to like manjus that much. As he eats in silence, there's something about the look on his face. It's so endearing, it almost makes me heartsick. I'll make them again for you, okay? Yeah, that. Keon, you know how to make manjus from scratch? What? You just said you would make him again, like you just now. I have no idea how to make manjus. I bought these ones, silly. Why would I say something like that? Don't try to be smart. The manjus I gave him long gone. Professor Ishida stands quickly, turning on his heels and striding off down the hall. What was that? I feel like I've seen this somewhere before. Where could I have, though? Wait, that nightmare. Suddenly compelled to say something to stop him from walking away, I stop myself before the plea comes out on its own. There he goes. I know he won't be looking back. That man from the dream being Professor Ishida doesn't even make sense. But even more than that, I have no idea why it almost breaks my heart to see him go. Or why there's someone inside of me who wants to sprint down the hall after him and beg him not to leave. Several days later, I go to Professor Ishida's office to hand my report. Professor, I've come to hand my report. Ah, so you finished it, did you? When he turns from where he stands in front of the bookcase, he already has an armload of books. Come to think of it, this is the first time I have ever been in here. Whoa, Toyotomi Hideyoshi name is everywhere. The shelf is tall enough that I have to look up to see the top, but even so, every book on it seems to have something to do with him. I'm thirsty. You really have a thing for Toyotomi Hideyoshi, don't you? Yeah, I do. I've been drawn to him for as long as I can remember, though I still have no clue how that could happen. As for me, I have no clue why the smile on his face makes my heart race the way it is now. What's wrong with me? If you want to learn more about him, I'll let you borrow as many books as you like. Professor Ishida turns around and reaches for more books on the shelf. Oh? As soon as he turns his back on me, I can't stop watching him, just as I couldn't when he left the cafeteria earlier. No, don't leave me. My breath, I can't take breath. What the fuck does that even mean? I can't take breath. I can't breathe. My heart hurts so much. No. The next thing I know, my arms are around Professor Ishida, my cheeks pressed against the back of his shoulder. This is what I wanted in the nightmare where I could never reach him. I tighten my embrace around him, overjoyed to feel his warmth seeping pleasantly beneath my skin as it makes me want to cry. Hey, what the hell do you think you're doing? What? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. My cheeks burn with shame, but as much as I try to step back, my body refuses to move. Let me go. I know. Professor Ishida removes my hands from around his waist myself, shoving me back for a good measure. Now he's just standing there, staring down at his own hands with a deeply confused, almost terrified expression. What did I do that for? I'm so sorry. I'm so embarrassed that I run out of his office with the report I meant to give him still in my bag. Several days later, Shima catches me in the hall. Hey, I haven't seen you in Professor Ishida class for a couple of days. What's going on? Dun 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 dun. Great. Leave it to him to ask the one question I really don't want to answer right now. See, the thing about that is... whatever. I was just on my way there anyway. Come on, let's go. What? No. There's no way I can go over there. After what I did, I'll never be able to look at him again. Oh man, I've really actually got to go to the library. I haven't finished my report yet. You know, gotta get there done, and then I'll be there, okay? Huh? Hey, Keon! I take off running, no longer able to hear his attempts to stop me. The fact that we're not in Sengoku history anymore, we're in modern history. This history, our history. Whew. I catch my breath between the two of the back shelves. Seriously, why did I even do that? Why to get myself on a list somewhere? I've thought about it enough times since that day in his office, but I still have no idea. Also, Mitsunari did die. He got his head chopped off. So now he's been reborn, and I've been reborn, and Shima Sakung has been reborn. We all been reborn. So this is happening. I know it's awful, but reincarnation, okay? But for some reason, what bothers me the most is how Professor Ishida shoved me away like that. But why? I have no reason to be upset about that. He had every right to, but oh gosh, I don't know. I look around the shelves as I think until the name Toyotomi Hideyoshi stands out from me. One of the bookshelves. I don't know why I'm so curious all of a sudden, but that doesn't stop me from reaching for the book. It's really up there. I can't get to it. I find a nearby step ladder, whatever the fuck that is, to get it on my own, making me even more stubborn to bring it down. Finally, I managed to get it when I step up on the top rung. So here's where you've been. The book drops out of my hand in a shock. Professor Ishida's sharp gaze bores into me immediately beside the stepladder. He looks pissed off. Suddenly, I noticed that his shoulders are faintly moving beneath his suit, almost as if he ran here. So here's where you've been, is what happened. I like this. I'm enjoying this so freaking much. Suddenly, I noticed that his shoulders. Wait, I already read this. Professor Ishida, shouldn't you have a lecture? I canceled it. What? Professor Ishida canceled a lecture? He never cancels unless he's literally not anywhere near campus. I heard from Shima that you've been coming to school. Why do you refuse to attend to my lectures? Well, you see, the thing is, why is it that being unable to see you does this to me? Professor Ishida clutches his dress shirt beneath his jacket pocket. You, what have you done to me? What? Besides which, even if you ask me that question, since that day you have been in my dream. Since that day you have been in my dreams every night. As soon as I gather my thoughts when I am awake, I realize I am thinking of you. Tell me why. Coming from anyone else, this would almost be a sweet love confession, but it has an edge of irritation that borders on anger. Hells, you never change. Wait, where did that come from? And you never change? From what? It's not like I know the guy personally. It seems that it's not only Professor Ishida that's gone mad, but I have too. You think I know? I snapped back at him, stepping forward. Ah! After wobbling precisely for a second, I fall off the ladder. Way to make a bad situation worse, dumbass. Strangely, my body seems to draw itself to Professor Ishida, and I start to fall into him instead. We meet each other's eyes for far too long. Or at least that's what it feels like, even though it was all of a fraction of a second. I offer him a hand without thinking about it, but he reaches towards me, and the next thing I know, I am in his arms. The moment his embrace is mine again, full of warmth, gentleness, and strength. I try so hard, da 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 da. In the end, it doesn't even matter. I'm just kidding. I'm gonna have to end it early, but don't worry, I'm gonna make another episode because I want this to end. Why is it not ending? It's so many episodes going on. It's like you don't want to end. Anyways, stay out, take care until next time. Kia plays Sammy Ride Love Battle Party. Bye.